Good evening, everyone. It's going to take a little while, I know, before you show up on the screen. But as per usual, I have no problem talking. I can talk for today, tomorrow, and the next day, all in one. It's lovely to be back here. It's a while, I think earlier in the year when I was here before. So it's lovely to be back in the role of being a voice for the spirit of your loved ones. I'll just talk for a few minutes before I start linking to give a chance to get the connections through. To talk just about the communication, what I'd love to get across to everyone is that spirit can communicate with you on your own personal level, and not to feel that you have to either go to a medium or to have a medium coming through with a message, because it is the love that was here when you shared your life with them. That's the love that's there still. And it's just to be aware that all you need to do is to just stop and think. You know, sometimes even looking at a photograph brings you to the point where you can see their presence in different ways. Sometimes it's a beam of sunlight. Sometimes it's, you know, a feather falling in your pathway. There's so many ways that spirit will communicate with you. All it means is that you need to open up your heart and your mind, because it is a very different situation. We've always been told we use our imagination. Some things are imagination. But believe it or not, in spirit communication, your imagination is your best ally. Anyway, I have a gentleman here, and I need to pull this closer to see who we have. We have Gemma. Hi, Gemma. And just let a few in before I start, just to make sure I get to the right person. It's lovely to be here and to have you joining, because I have a gentleman that's very, very much a guy who wouldn't like to wait around. I feel with him that he has to be in the control seat. That's the way his life was. I feel that control seat give him the chance to be aware of everything that was going on around him. He didn't like being out of the loop, and by that I mean not getting the information that was happening with family and work. I feel this gentleman would have been in a managerial role, because he's just shown tears of employment, that type of tears, not tears from the eyes. I feel with him too that he suffered from a heart condition, and I feel that heart condition took him over quicker than he expected, because there was some time where he knew that there was a heart condition, but as time he expected to have more time. He was given kind of the idea that he could manage it. It's something that you need to be aware of this gentleman's presence a good bit of time, especially at the moment, because he's telling me that whoever this is for is very much in need of guidance. You can understand this, Gemma, because you will understand as I say this, that you're facing a challenge. You're facing a challenge that a choice has to be made, and very much based on logic, very much based on your circumstances, your surroundings, the people that's around you. It encompasses a lot of different influences, and I feel with that you have to be in that driving seat like he was, and that's okay. He's coming in at the minute, and he has that force of energy. As I said to you in the beginning, there's no patience with this gentleman. He's just out here and wants to be heard, wants to get his his bit in. I feel he can relate to you, so you would understand him having suffered from depression and anxiety as well. And Christine, Christina, is it Christine? I'll go and keep going with this and just listen, and we will get to the source eventually. There is Christine, you would understand this gentleman passing over fairly quickly with the heart condition. I say fairly quickly now. He was diagnosed with the heart condition, and I feel with that. Then he thought he had more time, but as it was, it didn't happen that he had that extra time. I'm talking about a few months that he passed. You would understand that, Christine, because it's just I need to get it into the important information that he gave me as it was coming in. That's what was important to him. There is a talk about moving. Either moving house, moving jobs. There is a talk that is pretty relevant at this minute. So I want to be in a situation where I feel, okay, Christine, he passed suddenly. You would understand with, okay, all right, I said about moving. I feel there's a move. There's someone in the family that's actually moving house, but they've had trouble in the move. They've had a situation where it was very difficult to make a decision on the choices that was given. Jamie, you're looking for a new job. Let us work with them. Who is it that can remember this man would take on to fix things? And there is a funny story about a car, about him taken on to fix a car, but it didn't just work out the way the way other people planned it. I find that he would be in there, and because of his impatience actually created a different outcome. That's the easiest way of saying it. Okay, and I feel what he's putting in front of me, I'm trying to get in and see who I'm with. And I don't know whether you'd understand what I'm talking about here. A dresser or a sideboard. It was the old times that had this long, we'll say, it was a cupboard, but it was an ornamental cupboard, put it that way, or a dresser that would have the cups and that hanging on it. Can either of you understand that? Because this is relevant to the gentleman, because he shows me that was where he had that, where he lived. I feel with him that one of the things with him that he would have, just sorry, I have to turn down sound here. Okay, sorry about that. I feel with him that this would be, Gemma, you or Christine, you can understand the car. Can you understand the dresser? He's getting all, he's coming along here now, and he's after putting on a cap. And he says, time will tell. And that must be words that he would say, because time will tell. And it's like in a real quiet, slow way, which wasn't his way coming in the beginning. Yeah, okay. There is a boy in the family. It would be his grandson, who was named after him. Okay, Christine, you have. Gemma, I feel because as I'm getting the information across, I feel I'm with Christine. But listen, because there's always different ways that spirit can come in and to you. There's a okay. There's a boy. Yeah, I'm going back on that. There's a boy in the family that would be called. His name would be in the grandson's name, and I feel with that a very much similar personality, very much of that oomph, we'd call it here in Ireland. I didn't tell you I was in Ireland, but anyway, I don't think I'd need to tell you that. It was enough to listen to me. Okay, Christine, yeah, there's that energy that I just want, because if I can feel it around my shoulders, I can feel it coming in at a level where he's just pushing me on now, because he did get quiet. But I feel that once he found his place and found the pathway, he's back in with that energy again. There's talk too about having to do something that you've been putting off, and this is something that's quite important. You've been putting it off, and I feel there's a signature in this. Christine, can you understand that? He's saying no more putting off. No more putting off. Go now and look about it, because it's not going to change. I would say it's like housework. It's loyal. It'll wait for you. So will the signature wait for you, and it's only for so long. So just go and do it and get it. It will be a relief when you get this over this hurdle. It'll be a relief in the fact that you're going to. Things will change as a result. Okay. There's the month of February, and also the month of April is significant. And I feel the April is very much around you. Okay, so come on, Christine. Just make the decision. Let the plans, strategic planning. Say you're going away, then go step from that journey, step backwards in different stages of what needs to be done. But the target is, start at the target, say, I'm going to do that. And then look and see all the different steps you need to take to do it. So it breaks it down. It doesn't make it such a big. He would be a man that didn't like travel. He wasn't a man to go out and out of his way to travel. And I think that was a little bit of a stickler with his woman there. All right, who's that? That's not his wife. Okay, that's not his wife. Can you understand how there is, either he was married twice, or there was, going back in time, there was a significant other that didn't materialize. Do you understand that, Christine? Because I'm just this, and he said to me, this woman, which I found strange, it wasn't his wife. So that was his terminology. And I feel with it that he would have had, there's nothing going to move him. He wouldn't be a man that could be convinced to do something that he didn't want to do. Simple as that. Okay, can I leave you with, okay. Right, that's fine. You understand it. Right. Can I leave you with what looks like a little posy of flowers in the palm of your hand? Because I feel there's a significance there. I feel there's a significance in memorial form, if that makes sense to you. Because I feel there is, okay, there was a baby that went to spirit, and that's where this little posy of flowers, beautiful white flowers, okay, that's what he's giving you from spirit. I will repeat what I said earlier on. Be aware of the presence of your loved ones, because they are always around you. And I always say, and anyone listen to come to anything I'm doing, I always say the same thing. Ask for their help, because when you ask, you're more aware of their presence coming in. That's the important thing, because life is so busy. We're always running and racing, so we don't actually see the wood from the trees. So I leave you with his love. He calmed down. He was a man that kind of went from high spirit energy into a calm, back into that high spirit, but then came back in with love. And I just feel at the minute that love is also about healing, because I feel as I'm with him, I feel around your back, especially around your shoulders. And that too is about carrying other people's worries and cares. So just be aware when you suffer from no-itis rather than yes-itis. All right. I'll leave you with his love. Thank you for working with me, Christine. Big kiss from him. Bless you. Okay, let's be getting on and seeing who we have. Right. I have a young man that's drawn close. Yeah, this young man, he was very emotional. I feel he was quite weak before he passed. Okay. I'm getting leukemia. If anyone can understand, a young man who got leukemia and was very frail over the years, over the last 18 months, he's telling me. I feel with him that he was always looked at as being very special, and I don't mean that others around him wasn't, but it was like people knew what was coming, that he wasn't for this world. He was very sensitive as well, and that's something that was part of his life. He actually would talk to you. Lymphoma. Okay, Kate, let's work with him, because I have a real gentle soul here. And what I was going to say there was that he would actually be the listening ear to people that had problems. He put himself back. He's put himself back in the background, because he listened to what the problems other people were having. And it is something that he has, that his heart went out to everyone. So I have Andrea and I have Kate. Yeah, I just feel there is something very different. Let me work with him and see. There's a significance of 5 in the family. Either he was one of 5, or there's 5 significant in the family. I want to be in the countryside. I'm looking out at fields, but it's like nearly like the edge of a town. Okay, it was that type of surroundings that he had to be very much part of the seeing what was going on around him. He loved nature, absolutely loved nature. I can actually feel his presence. He was in spirit in so many ways before he actually left the earth plane. His energy was very much in that realm. He understood about what was happening. Okay. We live in the countryside. Okay, Kate. We just, yeah, just listen and Kate and Andrea, see what he's doing. Who wrote a song for him? Andrea, you have 5 grandchildren. Who wrote a song about him, or a poem? Because I hear it being said. There was a poem written about him, and that poem would be, that poem is often talked about. I also feel the month of November is significant, and I feel that that's significant in different ways within the family, but I feel it's very significant to him. Okay. The difference with him, when he was able to win, you had to have found something, either Kate or Andrea, they had to have found something that he wrote himself. Now, I've changed that because he came back in and said he wrote something that is here now, and you have it. There is, there's the name of David and there's the name of Oscar around him or around you, one or the other. And I feel with that you have to be aware to, at the moment, this is the month of October. October had a significant, had a significant meaning for him. It's like he felt that okay, his name is David, right, Kate? Yeah, because those 2 pieces of information, all right, to Andrea, I'm sorry, I'm with Kate, because those 2 pieces came in as significant. You would be aware of him being very much in tune with, he's starting to sing. I was saying very much in tune, but he's starting to sing. And there has to be, someone likes Neil Diamond and Caroline, Sweet Caroline, that's what's coming at me at the minute. So there's someone around him, or he did, Sweet Caroline, yeah, and Neil Diamond, and that would be energy he would use because he was so weak. I feel that okay, it sounds like what he's saying to me, that he was going to go either to a healer or a healing what do you call it, a healing grotto. It sounds like he was, that was in his plan, but he didn't get the time to do it. I feel one of the things he would have loved to have done would have been to go out and dance in Mother Nature. That's what he's saying, in the grass. Oh, bless him. He has that lovely, lovely energy coming in. There's a real nature in this young man. Can you understand him as a late teenager or early 20s? There's something, okay. He didn't, you don't know about Sweet Caroline. No, just, that's what came at me when I said about he loves singing. And Neil Diamond, we'll see. There might be a significance in another way. You have a chain. You have a chain with a locket. He just turned 30. Okay, but what I would say to you is, his energy was a lot younger than his physical years, because I'm having someone who has that untarnished, and I mean he wasn't affected by life, as he didn't feel that He didn't feel all the pain and all the things that can change a person as they grow through life. I feel that that's what's significant, and he's letting me know. There's a sense of, okay. Someone, there's a member of the family has passed over recently, and he met them. He met, okay, he met us, okay. Now, what I'm getting is a grandma, but the grandma he's with the grandma. And then I feel that there was one of the I'm not getting whether that's male or female. I'm getting this feeling of it's a female that's passed over. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'll cross on one of the dots that he had cancer for times, but was the happiest and bravest person I ever met. Yeah. As I say, he wasn't tarnished by. He came just in purity, and that's why I say everyone kind of said he wasn't really when he passed. He wasn't for this world. He's your angel in spirit world, and he's meetings. He met someone who's passed over, and I'm not getting. I don't know what's wrong with this. He met his grandma, but he's met, and I'm feeling it's a female energy he's met. And that's, you understand, someone that passed over quite recently. Not, I'm talking about within the last month or so, because this energy is coming and going, and he's there, just right beside it. I also feel with them that there's a child here that talks to him. So just be aware of what you hear from a child, from his nephew, right? Where I have the gaps, he fills in. Believe me, he's there and ready to correct me. There's a little boy who has talked to him, and has expressed his openness about his conversation. So just be aware of that. Be aware of him expressing how he was able to communicate. Because this young man, his work continues from the spirit world. It really does. He's very much there, looking at what can be done, looking at how he's able to help those who's come after him. I also want, there has to be, he's shown me, I say a square is the easiest way to say it, in a village centre, or it's a familiar thing for him to see. It's like an openness, and there's a bell tower or a large statue in the middle of this square. So that has to be significant, had to be significant to him, because he's just taken me to that. And I also feel, as I'm standing there looking, there is, okay, he's taking care of a member of the family, I feel, who had special needs and are in spirit. And I feel that he's very much that energy that's there for the family to know that their loved ones are all together. Yeah. And that's, he had that energy that he was able to relate to children. That's why I say it was such a lovely vibration of energy. That's the easiest way of saying it. Because, when we're worrying about everything day in, day out, our energy gets a bit ragged. But for him, no, that didn't happen. He knew he was only here for a short time. Okay. He's here, he's talking to you about planning an event. It's like you should be looking about celebrating a special day coming up. And he also talks about you looking at books. So I feel that there's a pathway. We put them in his memory. His nephew is autistic, but still here. That's okay. That's okay. When your nephew that's autistic, he is still here, but there's more so, not so much autistic. What he was impressing on me, it'd be special needs in physical and intellectual disability. It would be more than the autistic. And yeah, the autistic child, a lovely way for them to express, to be able to communicate, and he will be doing his work. David's there doing his work, continuing, and if that's a consolation, it's just so pure and so lovable. And that's how he's remembered, and that's for you is a great gift to realise that he's remembered in that way, and that he has all the memories. He has all the memories of. There's a copybook. There has to be a copybook around that hasn't been thrown away. He had kept it, and it's still here. I was just looking to see what he was here to say to you. There's he's on about this thing about planning a celebration. That's okay. All right. Yeah, there's a celebration, and if you're starting a new job, I worked with special needs. It's so rewarding. I really and truly, you're in the right area, because David will be with you, and just being aware of that, and you have that presence with him. Thank you for working with me, and I'll leave his love with you, but you already know that anyway. You're already well aware of me. All right. Take care, Kate. I'm drawn to do a card for you. Unfortunately, I have a card that's associated with each chakra. They're my own. They came to me when I was in meditation. So I did what I was told. I went and drafted up a set of cards, and okay, I'm just going to pick one. It's which way are we? I'm going to pick one from here. Wisdom. There you are. Divine wisdom will guide you. And isn't that just so true? Thank you, Kate. Bless you. All right, let's see where we are. Okay. The name Gloria has come in. And Gloria would be a lady who loved to dress very well. I feel with Gloria, she was there was breast cancer. I feel to her passing was in her 50s. And also, as I'm looking at her, she would have been quite a sprightly lady, well fit to step out and be lively. And I mean that in a way of that she liked to dance and liked to okay. She's talking about 4 in the family. So either she's one of four or there's four significant to her. I also feel with her that one of the big things for her was to have family together, because I feel there is a significance in that for her it wasn't always the case, that there was times where family wasn't together, and for whatever reason, she's not talking about for the reasons, but she's just talking about how lovely it is to have family together. There's a significance about that dreaded word at the minute, Christmas. Who likes to think of Christmas at this time of year? It's like she used to work for Christmas. There seems to be a lot happening in the family at the minute. A lot of different events, a lot of ordinary day-to-day things happening, but they're kind of all happening at the same time. I feel too, you would understand this lady as coming in at the minute for a special reason, and that special reason is about you. So I feel you would understand this lady as a very, very good friend. One you would share all your cares and worries with. And I feel too, as I say that she has to have a birthday in or around July. A lot of info. Can you understand? Just if you can understand and come back to me, even if you understand some of the info, because it was very specific. And I just want to make sure that I'm getting it right. She's talking to about twins in the family. She's talking about having a young man that was in uniform. I feel that young man is still here. But she's very, very, very proud of this young man in uniform. There is a whole shelf. That's the word I'm trying to think of. A whole shelf of photos of this lady. Okay, and as I said, she's Gloria. Yes, I said Gloria. Is it Lisa? My eyesight is bad and it's very small. I'm on an iPad. Can you understand this lady, Lisa? Because I say she's quite flamboyant in the sense that, she was present in the room without her having to say anything. It's very much a way of her being in that energy. And okay, there's a significance in the fact that she would be the type of lady who would dress extremely well. She would stand out in a crowd. She had to have to make the best of anything she could get her hands on. That's the simplest way of she could dress up out of a thrift shop, and you think she walked out of Harrods. That would be the type of this lady. So that has to be significant. She likes to be. Lisa, can you understand that? She wants to be in that remembered in that way, of how I could take the other things said. Okay, can you understand? Right, let me go back. I have a terrible memory, so you can understand her being, she said 4, she talked about 4, significant of 4 in the family. She mid-50s. I feel that she had 4 children. Okay, I feel she passed in her 50s. Now I'm saying I got the impression it was mid-50s. I also feel with her there has to be okay. She's taken back. I'm asking her to take back to me what she gave me. There was a shelf of photos. She was 61. Isn't that it? I can't see. It's so small. This, I think it's 61. Okay, so she was in that age bracket. I will give me that because, as I say, looking, I knew she wasn't, hadn't reached her old age. I feel, yeah, that thing coming back of the shelf with the photos, that has to be, because it used to be someone would come in and they go looking at these photos. That would be their way of communication with, now, through saying that was the time, that was such and such an event. And okay. There's also a farming connection. Yeah, very much, very, very smart, very much. She would be dressed, as I said, she would go into a thrift shop and come out dressed like as if she walked out of Harrods. She could make soaps, she could make anything. She'd turn it into her style. That would be the easiest way of saying it. You understand the name Gloria either around you or around her in an there's something about Gloria, because just come back in there. There's she had been ill. She had the cancer previous and gone into remission. That has to be significant now, whoever I'm with, because I know there's a couple. She had to be in remission and then it came back again. I also feel I also feel that one of the things that she would talk about a lot would be about reading, needing to read, needing to actually go along and use knowledge. So I feel for her, education was very, very much on her agenda, and would encourage her children to be in that, to get into education. And I feel too, she's very proud of a young lady who is teaching. So it's, can you understand? Okay, and she's also talking about family in Australia. All right. There are July and August. Her daughter is teaching. Yeah, I knew it was a female because she's very proud of this lady, this young lady. I can't remember now what I said there. July and August, March, July and August as significant. And for you, she wants to tell you that the flowers, what happened, the flowers that was outside near the door. She's saying the flowers was outside near the door. What happened then? I don't know. She's not letting me know anything more on that scale, but she is very much, she's laughing because she thinks it's quite funny. Quite funny that something happened then. There are two different thoughts going through her that she's bringing through to me. One is a memory of going on a coach trip holiday. A coach trip holiday, and she wants to be very much aware of the laughs there was. I don't feel it was that long before. I feel it might have been a few years before her passing, but I didn't feel it was a long time, because she seems to be dressed in, we'll say, the more practical that happens as we get older. We're not just as wild. Yeah, because she just said about the flowers at the door. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite funny. That wasn't funny at the time, but yeah, she just wants to let you know that all of that is about the love and about the laughter, which at the minute you need. She's saying that the last 4 months has been tough, and while it was tough, you were able to come out on the upper side of it. And she's very proud to say that that's something you inherited from her. Her words, but just laugh with it. It's the best healer of all. The best way to look at things is to be able to say, what the heck? Sure, we're going to, everything has a turn in our lives. Yeah. I just wanted to give you a card. Let's see. Beauty. And that would be something, I know you can't read it the way it is, but beauty. Believe in the beauty of your true spiritual essence. And that is so true. The essence of you is so pure. Our spirit is pure. Our mind can be affected by everything that we're going through, but the essence of our spirit is something, the memory of those days of fun, days of laughter, days of events where it just didn't seem that you were able to have that essence of that childhood experience in the adult life. So for that, I will say to you, just be aware of our presence. Be aware of our presence through the robin. Through the robin, yeah. I will leave you and love you with her love, because that's what she would like to be remembered, is the good times. Yeah. Bless you. And I'm going to leave you be now. Thank you for being with me. Stacey will come in and bring it to a close. Okay, Stacey.